There is a common misbelief that because the browser is named Firefox, the logo must be a fox. Surprisingly, the cute furry creature in the logo is actually a red panda. The first Apple logo isn't what you would think. Originally, it featured Sir Isaac Newton sitting beneath a tree with an apple about to fall on his head. It was designed back in 1976 and featured a phrase around the border that read "Newton a mind forever voyaging through strange seas of thought alone." Seems kind of dark. The first ever VCR was the size of a piano. When the first VCR, video camera recorder, was made in 1956, it was the size of a piano. It wasn't a video cassette recorder because it didn't use cassettes. Instead, these early videotape recorders, VTRs, used large reels of tape that had to be loaded into the recorder's mechanism by hand. The first computer mouse wasn't made from plastic. Back in 1964, Doug Engelbart invented the first ever computer mouse. Back then, it was made out of wood. It was rectangular and featured a little button on the top right. He called it a mouse because the cord coming out of the back reminded him of the tiny rodents. There's a name for when you feel your phone vibrate, but it doesn't. Phantom vibration syndrome is the name for when someone thinks their phone is vibrating, but it isn't. Research suggests the cause for this is someone being over-involved with their phone. The QWERTY keyboard was originally designed to slow you down. When typewriters were introduced, typing too fast would jam the keys. Using a QWERTY keyboard spaced out commonly used characters to slow typists down and prevent jamming. If you wanted to learn a more efficient keyboard, Dvorak is made for speed. While we're on the subject of keyboards and typing, did you know that on a typical workday, a typist's fingers will travel about 12.6 miles? The first web page is still running. In 1991, Tim Berners-Lee was working on developing the World Wide Web. That page is still up and functioning at info.cern.ch, though don't expect much. There's no graphics and no background, just plain text and links on how to use the internet. The name Google was created accidentally. It was originally supposed to be named Google. Google is the digit 1 followed by 100 zeros. The founders checked to see if that domain name was taken, but accidentally searched for google.com instead of google.com. They liked that name even better and registered the domain name on September 15, 1997. The first photo took 8 hours to expose. The photo, simply titled "View from the Window at Le Gras," is said to be the world's earliest surviving photograph, taken between 1826 and 1827 by Nicéphore Niepce. Due to technical limitations, it took 8 hours to expose. Because of these lengthy times it took to produce a photo, most people chose not to smile in older photographs because they would need to stay still for so long. Twitter, Wikipedia, and AOL all crashed at 3:15 p.m. when Michael Jackson died. Google initially believed that the millions of search requests meant their search engine was under DOS attack and blocked searches related to Michael Jackson for 30 minutes. Twitter reported a crash, as did Wikipedia at 3:15 p.m. AOL Instant Messenger collapsed for 40 minutes.